Hey everybody, welcome to Easy Tarot Lessons. This is Squirrel and I'm here with Sally and Mandy. And for me, a quite non-communicative card. So I bet she says a lot to Sally. Sally
Oh my God.
is like, Sally's like, stop talking to me.
Right.
I see you every day. I don't want to see you no more. So Sally, tell us about that justice card.
Justice. Well, um, for all of you who don't know, my profession is in the law. So when I look at this card, for me, this is the law, the courts, the just approaching something to weigh the evidence and the information that's given to you, and just weigh all the facts and come to a decision. So for me, I'm looking at this whenever it comes up in a reading, and again, always depends on the question, et cetera, and what I focus on. But this is a situation where I don't see any love or emotion here. It's all about the facts, just the facts, ma'am. It's cold, it's impartial, and it's going to render a decision. And sometimes justice is on your side, and sometimes it is not. And you hope that the evidence weighs out well, but right side up, yeah, justice may be on your side. Reversed, maybe not. You may be getting some harsh treatment for whatever reason.
The way you put it there, okay, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't get this card in readings often.
Hmm.
And when I do, it does trip me up sometimes.
Hmm.
But you put it in a way because when I look at it, I see the law.
Hmm.
It's very difficult for me to see justice looking at the word. That's one that the word controls. It's difficult to me to see justice as an individual, but you said you weigh up the facts,
Hmm.
you take an objective look at it, and that just opened up that card for me.
Yay.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Mandy, do you have anything with her?
Well, I'm going to turn this all on its head completely. First of all, I don't see this card as a her. I see it as a him.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I've never ever thought of it as a her. Secondly, I see this card, and maybe I have been swayed by the words, I don't know, but I see it as being fair. I see it as being balanced. I see it as being harmonious, and I see it as being honest and the right thing. I see it as being a partnership. um I just feel that everything kind of plays out fairly squarely, harmoniously, and in a kind of like just a fair way where I feel happy when I see this card.
So you see her or him the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to be played out, not the way it actually gets played out in everyday
Yeah,
ways.
I mean, obviously it always comes down to the question and the card position, but mostly speaking, in a very strong way, I see this as a very positive energy. I really, really do. I feel it's solid, and I like it. And when it comes up in reverse, I just feel things are out of balance. Things need to be put right. Work needs to be done to kind of to get the best out of this, to get it back into balance.
See, okay, again, you really put that one in perspective. I'll always see her as a her because Americans personify justice as a woman with a
Right.
blindfold on.
Right, right.
But I've always heard this card is Libra. This card is Libra, and I'm
Yeah,
like, that's the law. It's Capricorn. But the way you've put it, it's very Libra.
I see it as Libra.
So
Hmm.
if I could just look at her as Libra sometimes
Hmm.
instead of just seeing the long arm of the law, which I'm no, anarchist, but sometimes
I
I
mean,
really
maybe
disagree.
because I mean, this might be different for Sally, but we are encouraged not to read legal. on legal issues. But unless you know what you're talking about, which I wouldn't have a clue. So I just don't. I'd never read legal. It's just if somebody wanted something to do with a court case or a legal situation, it's like, oh, sorry, I don't read for that. Can we talk about something else? So therefore, the likelihood of it meaning the law is quite reduced if I'm your reader. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons she trips me up is because I see her in such a legal law way that I don't read about the law. Oh, hell no. So when she shows up, I have to struggle to put her into the concept of what the reading's about. And both
Mm,
of you have made that. Well, now she'll probably start showing up all the time because I don't have to look at her and go, oh, hell,
yeah.
Because
Yeah, no,
both of you.
I mean, she just screams out harmony, balance, good partnerships, Libra, Libra, Libra. The difference for me between her and say Temperance is it is a good, fair, balanced partnership as opposed to Temperance, where things actually blend and they become one. This is just balance. It's just the boxes all tick. It's got a peacefulness about it because it just kind of like it the book's kind of balance for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's sort of starting point.
Can
Like
I?
it's on. I agree with you, Sally, in the fact that you called it cold and just about the facts. I do kind of I do feel there is a bit of that in even in my interpretation. But it's like on paper, this situation seems fair and square and balanced. So I sort of agree with what you're saying, but I still kind of like I still feel positive about it when it comes up rather than
Oh, I think it's positive when
rather
it
than
comes up
alienated.
right side up.
Pardon?
Definitely. I think it's fine when it comes right side up as well. I don't see I guess I don't see the absence of emotion as being sort of a negative thing. Uh, it's like if you go in and you do something wrong, there's a consequence, and if you do something right, there's a consequence. And it's like with your kids, when you do the same thing, you have the same response every time, then they're not wondering, oh, what's going to happen to me this time. I think
Yeah.
that's what I see with the right side up justice, is that it's the information is always applied the same way. So there's a sense of fairness to it that isn't just legal, because, fairness happens in all kinds of situations. Was my spouse treating me fairly? Was, my children treating me fairly? Was I fair to my cat when I was yelling at him and I'm mad? Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see that it's more, it's fair and predictable and reliable. Reversed, it's not. It's a little more chaotic and unfair.
Mm,
So if I come to you with a question about, say, my parenting, and my kid is about to drive me batshit crazy, and
Mhm,
I'm gonna take a belt strap to him if he don't calm down, and you got this card, it would be a good, honest interpretation to say, whoa, hold on there, Sharon. Take the time to balance it all and look at it
mhm,
and then
mhm,
start applying consequences normally instead of just one time letting him get away from it or 10 times letting him get away with it and then all of a sudden he's in trouble for it type of thing. Be
mm,
consistent.
mhm.
I love
Yeah,
that. Thank
yeah.
you. Okay, I'm so glad we did this today because I was like, I really don't want to do this card because I just don't see her. She's very much in the same corner as the Hierophant with me.
Mhm,
And luckily he comes up all the damn time, but she hardly ever comes up. But
mhm,
now if she does, I don't have to sit there for 5 minutes trying to figure her out.
mhm.
mm.
Beautiful.
Now I get her quite a lot actually. I'm calling her now. Look out! my mind.
Yay!
Persuaded. Blimey. Yeah, no, this card comes up for me quite a lot.
I can remember twice that she's come up for me. Of
Is that all?
course, I don't remember every reading I've ever done. Some of them
Yeah.
hmm
I just have absolutely no, but actual recollection, I can remember her twice.
hmm
I remember I was doing an event and I was having to do very quick readings. And this man said to me, he said, should he go self employed or should he stick with the job that he's got? That was it. And the funny thing was, before they came in for the readings, with a second deck of cards, I'd given them all a card to. It was something to do with what order they came in for their readings, and they had to bring their card in with them. I was trying to, I don't know, whatever. So when he came in, he put his card down that that I'd given him in advance from the second deck. And when I turned over the cards, one for him going self-employed and one for him sticking with his job. One of them I got the Emperor, and the other one I got Justice. And they look so similar, don't they? I mean,
Yeah.
and they're both kind of equally strong cards. And I said, quite honestly, looking at these two cards, I think either way, I look at these as both being very, whatever you choose, it's the right choice. They're both very strong cards for career. I can't say it. I honestly can't say one is topping the other. I see them as very, very sort of like equal strength and both positive for a career reading. And of course, then I turned over the card that he brought in with him, and it was the Justice card.
Oh, wow.
And I went, well, that's it. That's decided it. Your life will be more balanced if you go with whatever that option was. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got two justices now and one emperor. It was one of those unbelievable, memorable moments.
Oh, I love those kind of moments. That was
Yeah,
magical. And
yeah.
I would have loved to see the look on his face.
Oh my god, it was amazing. It was really amazing with only three cards to kind of like just have that much of a sort of a strong message. So yeah,
What about reversed? I think we touched on her a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
out of balance or unfair,
hmm
unjust, or you're going to have to kind of work on this more to get it balanced. This is not quite balanced at the moment, this situation. One person is sort of putting in more than the other.
And they'll either know who that person is or what the situation is, or the beauty you can open that card up to see just what's going on. Oh,
Mhm.
something ain't right here. What's going on? Bloop. So you guys have anything more to add to her? I mean,
I think
I've
we've gone and gone. Yeah.
I've gotten so much out of this podcast already. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So if anybody has anything to add to that to help Sharon stop bucking against the law, a little anarchist in training, um, leave some comments. Let us know how you feel about her or him.
Well, yeah, but now I think what's thrown me more than anything is that you call him her. Yeah, so everyone in America would call him her.
Maybe not everyone, but being a cultural thing, I think we'd lean more toward it because justice is a lady in America. But I'm sure there are some people who look at that card and see it as a him. Some people just see this as androgynous, no
Yeah.
sense whatsoever. That balance.
But if it is Libra, that's a masculine sign, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
same with temperance. Some people say it's a she, some people say it's a he. What's rule number one?
If it works for you.
Right.
Mm.
One of those really good cards that shows that the sex of or the gender, as you were, of the character doesn't always have any influence.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that I think they can all go either way.
Sally, you got anything else to add for us?
No. I think I talked too long about her already.
Oh no, you did not. I know. I appreciate your input. Thank you,
Yeah.
ladies, for being here, and thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.